Could one argue that there's a corruption culture in the German heavy industry? Do the Germans have no scruples about bribing foreign officials?
No, this has been a long tradition in Germany. You must remember that until 1999, it was not only legal to bribe foreign government employees, it was even subsidized in that companies, German companies, could deduct the bribes from the taxes. This went on until 2003 if you were bribing an employee of a foreign company. And finally in 2003, the laws changed. The culture didn't. So what the Germans did is they just adapted to using illegal means, as we've seen in Greece, to bribe people. But they were still deducting it from the taxes because they were camouflaging this as expenses in a foreign country. And that's what eventually got them into trouble here.
So if you say the culture didn't change, how much did the German government hear about that?
I assume the German government knows about everything that's going on, especially with regard to arms. You know, arms are something that the government regulates the sale of arms, and they're in very close contact with the companies. They have a very intimate relationship with the companies. And so, of course, they know what's going on. And you don't need much fantasy to know if no one's told you. It's quite obvious.
Are there any concrete examples of arms deals, for instance, with Greece?
Well, I think there's a few incidents where you can say, look at this, it coincides. For example, in 2001, when Gerhard Schröder approved letting Greece join the euro, everyone knew Greece was not prepared at that point. But Schröder organized some large sales of arms to Greece, submarines and tanks. And these were companies from northern Germany, which is where Schröder comes from. Then we had it again in 2010, the first so-called bailout. The so-called bailout of Greece, but was a bailout of French and German banks. But that was in conjunction with purchase of more German submarines. And then we have again, you can give the parties, political parties, you can give them bribes, you can sponsor them, you can give them millions. It's all very legal. And in Greece, you call it corruption. Here it's just called, good political contacts. And they protect these people, and they protect German industry. Germany is dependent upon exports. And you aren't going to get export contracts unless you're bribing people. The US does it as well, but the danger of being caught is much greater in the US, and there's really not one in Germany, unless maybe you're a Greek company or a Russian company, whoever's the current enemy of Germany. No one talks about the fact that Mr. Schäuble, the great Mr. Schäuble, was caught accepting an envelope with 100,000 euros from an arms lobbyist, which damaged his career. But of course, Germans are willing to forgive this sort of corruption. It's something different if it's a German doing it than if it's a nefarious Greek.
Μεταξύ του 2000 και του 2014, από τις γερμανικές εταιρείες ανακοινώθηκαν συμβόλαια με την Ελλάδα ύψους 6 δισεκατομμυρίων ευρώ. Έτσι, ο ελληνικός στρατός κατέληξε, παραδείγματος χάριν, να διαθέτει περισσότερα τεθωρακισμένα από όσα ο γερμανικός, ο γαλλικός και ο βρετανικός μαζί. Το Κέντρο για τη Διατλαντική Ασφάλεια κάνει μια σημαντική παρατήρηση. Ακόμη και το επίσημο ποσό των 6 δισεκατομμυρίων ευρώ υποδεικνύει τη διαφθορά, αφού αν προσθέσει κανείς την αξία των επιμέρους συμβολέων θα φτάσει μόλις στα 2,6 δισεκατομμύρια.